Hello there, my very good friends. We are here to predict every single entrant in the Men's Royal Rumble match, starting off with number 1, Logan Paul.
Yes!
Entering the match first. Why not start the match off with a complete downer heel guy coming out and ruining your night before it even begins? You got to put him in there. He's going to do something really silly, isn't he?
Yeah, Logan Paul's going to do something preposterous in there, and I like Logan Paul in ring.
Personally, as a friend.
And his drink, which is delicious, and you should feed to your kids, of course. But yeah, perfect number 1 entrant, and someone who deserves a bit of a preposterous entrance as well to start the Rumble off. Quickly followed, though, of course, by number 2, John Cena, his last Royal Rumble, so let's get him in there early. I want lots of interactions for John Cena in this match because potentially you could set up, I mean, not the entirety, but most of his year in this match. Like, John Cena, Logan Paul is a match I would love to see at some point in 2025. I don't think John Cena's winning this whole thing, but he's coming pretty bloody close.
And him and Logan Paul in an absolute collision of the weirdest guys alive is something that's been rumoured already in the press, so we'll see if that happens. Oh my, I mean, John Cena's not got far to go, has he? Let's be honest with that one. He needs to get one of them wigs fitted. Just a little like Kevin from The Office.
Yes.
Yeah. Wear some shoe boxes on his feet. Right. Coming out to tilt the odds in the favour of the completely unlikable guys. It's Dominic Mysterio.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, him and Logan Paul teaming up to take on John Cena is absolutely delicious.
Dominic Mysterio and Logan Paul doing the Spider-Man meme.
I mean, remember
Two top guys.
Remember when Logan Paul was at a UFC show he was at and he held up his phone and said, "Shout out Dominic Mysterio," and he spelt it wrong.
Brilliant. Best mates.
Already. And he's been on this podcast and stuff. Actually, Dominic Mysterio, while he was on Logan Paul's podcast, asked him about his trip to Japan. So,
good boy.
There you go.
Good lad. Yeah, Dominic Mysterio is another one I'd like to see John Cena have a match with because it would just be loads of fun. But yeah, a good first few people, followed quickly by Big Jimmy Uso. Spoiler alert, there might be other Uso brother in here at some point. But yeah, Big Jim's just one of those people who works really well in a Rumble. Like, he's probably not going to get any or many eliminations, but you do need just people in the ring sometimes, and Jimmy Uso's a very capable pair of hands at number 4.
And he's a big enough name to where if you didn't include him, people would be like, "Hey, where's Jimmy Uso?"
Yes, fair enough.
Particularly given his involvement in the biggest storyline in modern WWE history. Following Jimmy Uso at number 5 in the Royal Rumble match, it's The Miz. You know, he's on every show, every week, for every single year of history. You can't get rid of him. But in his new role as Karrion Kross's little minion fella, it's pretty good. So
yeah, Karrion Kross should tell him, we'll get to Kross in a little while, Karrion Kross should tell him, "Hey, Mike, I'm counting on you to win the Royal Rumble for our group." He's not going to, but he does need to be in there as well because of John Cena being in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was sort of looking at this list we were pulling together and going to suggest some other sort of wildcard entries. Miz was one of the ones on the chopping block, but I was like, you kind of have to have him in there, don't you?
Yeah, and if you wanted to, I mean, Dominic Mysterio or Logan Paul could do this as well, but if you wanted someone for the idiot spot that gets eliminated after like 8 seconds.
Yeah. That's a good shout.
Not bad.
Yeah, we are also filling up this ring with not necessarily John Cena, but quite a few bodies. They're going to get chucked out by people later on. Entrant number 6 is just an entrance. It's Shinsuke Nakamura. Yes, he's the US champ. Yes, you can use this match to set up potentially a future challenger for Shinsuke, whoever eliminates him perhaps.
Yeah.
He's a former Royal Rumble winner as well, I should say.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense for him to be in there as well. Will the other mid-card champion be in this? Stick around.
He could spook somebody out into being eliminated from the match, perhaps.
I'd like if he spooked Dominic Mysterio out of the ring. And also, he could miss someone, and I love a missed spot.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Nice bit of spit in your face. Right, after that, we've got Finn Balor coming into the Royal Rumble match. He's been very prominent. Obviously, he's been scheming with JD McDonough. They're up to something, aren't they? Whoa. They're up to no good on Monday Night Raw on Netflix.com. What do you think Finn could do in the Rumble here?
This. Probably. Anything that keeps JD McDonough out of the Rumble's okay by me. And he's going to be the perfect fodder for when Damian Priest enters at number 8 with the sole purpose, well, not the sole purpose, he wants to win and go back to a world title match, but he wants to kick Finn Balor's ass even more. I really enjoyed their match on Monday Night Raw, particularly sort of, just it's these, when things happen, when you're hot, you're hot. That bit where he rolled Finn Balor down on the stretcher and he spilled straight into the ring was just perfection for me. He's going to come in and, in the words of our brilliant producer, chuck Finn Balor around like an empty tracksuit.
Absolutely. Following that, we're coming in at number 9, Andrade. Ooh. He's not El Idolo anymore. He's just Andrade. Well, that's his nickname. It's not his surname. He sorted that out by a deed poll. Now he's just Andrade. A guy who I think a lot of people looked at the Carmelo Hayes feud and maybe are a little bit not frustrated, but hey, where's the kind of big follow-up to all of that, which was quite acclaimed work in 2024. Maybe this is the opportunity to springboard him back up the card.
Absolutely, or bare minimum stuff. He's the guy who eliminates Shinsuke Nakamura to set up a US title match, obviously. Would you like a good wrestler in the Rumble? Not saying the previous 9 haven't been.
Well, these guys all suck, so
yes. But Chad Gable at number 10 just makes sense. I love Chad Gable. I really hope 2025 is the year for Chad Gable. I know he's made this promise of winning a title at some point. I think this is the year that he finally does it. But yeah, he could just have a load of fun just reminding us just how preposterous he can be sometimes in the ring and suplexing everyone within sight. Another person I'd like to see face John Cena, actually, there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it's a bit cheesy to say someone deserves a title reign or whatever, but he kind of does. Kind of does, even if it's the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That division's been really cool recently with Braun Breaker taking over as champion. And actually, that segues nicely into number 11 in the Royal Rumble match, Sheamus. There he is. We're missing Susie. So they're obviously wrestling for the IC title at Saturday night's main event.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you want to set up some kind of crazy competitive IC title division here, Sheamus doesn't have to beat Braun Breaker, but if you got him in the ring at the same time as other people who could contend for that belt, Chad Gable for one.
Yeah, he's a great ass kicker, isn't he, Sheamus?
He's godly.
And there's someone in there. Who's it going to be? Logan? Dominic? Someone is going to be about to be eliminated, save themselves and go, oh, thank God for that, I'm just sat on the apron. Wow! Yeah. You should have left when you had the chance, basically.
Yeah, get the hell out of there. I'd like to see him, bro kick someone and they do some kind of elaborate flip where they end up out of the ring.
Oh, I like that.
Good. Yeah. Just a preposterous bump. Why not?
We are looking for another Paul London-esque elimination there, aren't we?
But not a Taka Michinoku. Hopefully.
No. God, no.
Poor guy. He went splat.
Why did Portland get in trouble for being too good at getting eliminated from a Rumble? What a load of bollocks that was. Anyway, how about the least popular number 30 entrant ever? It's Rey Mysterio. Oh, I did feel sorry when that happened to him. It wasn't his fault. He wasn't Daniel Bryan, of course. But you have to have Rey in a Rumble, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. He's one of the biggest names in WWE still to this day. He's not pushed as such, but it's Rey Mysterio who doesn't like Rey Mysterio. A lot of people in 2014, but
yes. His son's in there as well. Come on.
I mean, that last WrestleMania match was an absolute blast. So why not run it back?
Run it back for me,
Why not run it back? We could do some kind of silly stipulation. Dad. I don't know.
I've stumbled across it. You've helped me stumble across it. I pitched this the other day, and I've just gone, maybe not that necessarily. What about Dominic Mysterio and his new best friend Logan Paul, right, versus Rey Mysterio and Bad Bunny at WrestleMania?
Oh, gosh. That's really good.
Just putting it out there.
That's really good.
Love to see it.
Yeah, Bad Bunny. Claiming that Backlash was going to be in Mexico recently.
Yes.
And then immediately.
Just say it.
What are you on about?
He was class in a Royal Rumble. He's not in this one, but he was class in a Royal Rumble as well.
He's the best. Yeah. He's the best celebrity to do Johnny Knoxville was great as well.
That was a lot of fun.
And Logan Paul, does he count anymore? I think he's just a wrestler.
Yeah, he's just a wrestler. Yeah. I was thinking, by the way, what about a spot where Shinsuke Nakamura missed someone and Logan Paul missed someone else with Prime, and the Prime has more of an impact? Oh God, it's horrible!
The Prime has a disastrous medical impact on someone's eyes. They can't see. It's terrible. Anyway, here's a guy with eyes that work. It's Karrion Kross at number 13. Unlucky for some, but not for him.
He's just the best, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on a great little run since he pivoted away from being super serious metal guy and just discovering that he's actually really funny and banter. It's been a good run for him, and he's kind of found his form now on the main roster.
Yeah, he's not winning this either, but his stock has vastly gone up for me in the last 6 months. Just a bit of patter in there, and he will also can set up whoever he's targeting next by the person that eliminates him.
Yeah.
Because he's just going to be absolutely fizzing. Huge pop for the next entrant. Not winning, unfortunately, but maybe it's going to be a good 2025 for Sami Zayn, number 14. There's stuff going on with him and Kevin Owens. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Owens will be working Cody on this show. It just makes a lot of sense to have Sami in there as well. He's one of the favourites, and I can see a world title for him in 2025. I really can.
I would very much enjoy that. Long-time fan of Sami Zayn, and the way he has been able to adapt his career as he gets older and the bump card fills up and the athleticism declines a little bit. It's very admirable. Him and Kevin in any capacity, they've wrestled each other 900 times. It's always good.
Yeah.
So
I'll take 901, please.
Exactly. Right. After Sami Zayn comes in, another guy who's probably getting a big pop. It's number 15. It's CM Punk. Here he is, entering his second Royal Rumble since coming back. Of course, last year in the Royal Rumble, he got injured and it was miserable because he missed WrestleMania. Yeah. Sort of. He did commentary and then he killed Drew and all of that stuff and started that feud. But yeah, hopefully fewer injuries on the horizon for Mr. Phil Brooks in this Royal Rumble match here. Got to be considered one of the favourites to win.
He's my pick. Yeah, my pick for 2025's Men's Royal Rumble is CM Punk. And I'd like to see him in there early, like you say. I don't like it when people come in late and just, won it. That was easy. And again, another case, a bit like with John Cena, and you can do it with John Cena, of interactions. I think Cena and Punk probably in my final four off the top of my head, because they'd just be awesome. Although a real threat could be coming in at number 16. My pick for the person with the most eliminations in this year's Royal Rumble. I love you, Solo! Jacob Fatu. He just does jaw-dropping stuff, doesn't he? He could hit a moonsault in a Royal Rumble, but he hits it so fast, people wouldn't think, well, that's a stupid thing to do. Why would you climb up the ropes in the middle of a Royal Rumble?
Also, who's going to try and push him off? That's not advantageous for health and safety, is it? I think, this could be a Rumble reminiscent for Jacob, and it's quite appropriate because Roman Reigns, obviously, but when Roman was in the Shield and he had these Beast Rumble performances long before he was pushed as a single star, this could be that kind of performance for Jacob. Obviously, he's already been identified as someone who's going to have a big run in WWE, and throwing 9 people out seems like a really logical continuation of
Absolutely,
that.
So, I just want to see which fool thinks, I think now's the time to step up to Jacob Fatu. It's not.
Well, that fool is number 17, Goldberg, brother. The man who should eliminate Jacob Fatu, in my opinion. And CM Punk, and all your little favourites. And punch his ticket for the WrestleMania main event. No, we know that Goldberg is returning on is it the 25th, the 27th?
20 plus 7, yep, 27th.
Yep, there you go. That episode of Raw in Atlanta, Georgia, which is where he played football in college and all this stuff. WCW was from. It's just an important city for Big Billy style. He's having his retirement match this year. Gunther has been rumoured. We don't know if that's happening for sure, but he is coming back. And, I will pop until I realise that he's thrown out 5 people and he's 60. He probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Would you have him announce his spot on the Rumble at the Atlanta Raw, or just sort of tease it? I think a surprise pop on the night would be nicer.
I think that they're going to announce it, because when you bring Goldberg back, there's always a chance people will boo him.
Yeah.
So maybe a surprise won't work. But
plus, they need to sell more tickets. They've only sold 50,000.
Yeah, they're really struggling. They're just about to run out of money, actually. Personally, I like surprises, so I would just do it. Why not?
Yeah. And have someone dress as a door in there as well, so we can just
headbutt them.
It's not going to be a good night for Solo Sikoa. Jacob Fatu's in there to protect him, but so's Goldberg to try and kill him.
Big Bill.
Need I say more?
Yeah, he's in kayfabe. He's very much on the downswing now.
Yeah.
I'm sure a new character arc will emerge from all of this, but he lost the. He's not
the tribal chief.
Yeah, he's no longer the tribal chief champion of the WWE. I don't know, I've run out of words. But yeah, Solo Sikoa's going to get his ass beaten. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
One of the guys who might contribute to that ass beating is somebody who's been away. He's been sick, but now he's sick and thick.
Yeah.
Look at the size of this man. It's Braun Strowman. He's had his beef with the new Bloodline, of course, and actually Solo entering and then Braun coming out like a minute later and just throwing him out. Perfect.
Yeah, I like that.
It's kind of perfect, isn't it?
And plus, they love their moment of just everyone just so happens to be down in the corner. And then you have Braun Strowman, Goldberg, center of that ring. Maybe Jacob Fatu eliminates both of them. Who knows?
Why the hell not? Pick them up with both hands. Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, I really like Braun Strowman, and he deserves a big moment in the Royal Rumble. Great to see him back in a wrestling ring. And he's followed by number 20, L.A. Knight Rhea.
Yes.
The crowd's going to love him. He's not winning the Rumble either. But,
no, he's a showman. He's going to come out and conduct and do his points and all that stuff, and maybe hit his finisher and be in there for like 8, 9, 10 minutes.
New Bloodline been targeting him recently, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
He hates Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, kick his ass.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's go.
Like history with Logan Paul as well, let's not forget.
Let's go. Let's go now with somebody who might end up carrying the TNA World Heavyweight title into this match, pending the result of this weekend's Genesis main event. Here he is.
Say his name and he appears.
It's Joe Hendry. I mean, he's been in WWE's universe for ages. He's been in NXT. He's been all over the place. Rumble has been rumored for a long, long, long time for this man. He might be the TNA champion. There is, prior with that, obviously, Jordan Grace and Mickie James have appeared as TNA wrestlers in this match before. Kind of Naomi as well, although that was her return to WWE, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. But following in the footsteps, gonna get a big reception, 50,000 people doing the song and doing all that. You know,
doesn't need to do anything. He will. He'll be great in there. I feel like a proud dad, despite the fact that Joe Hendry was doing awesome stuff before I even met him in WCPW. But this would be incredible. I hope my wife isn't watching this because I've literally bet our house on Joe Hendry being in the Royal Rumble. It makes the most sense out of any surprise entrant, as you said. And yet, seeing Joe Hendry interact with John Cena or CM Punk or Goldberg. What? Yeah. I'd like him to go in as world champion as well. I really like that as a touch. And I know some people will get annoyed of like, well, can a world champion go in and get eliminated? Yes, Jordan Grace did it. It's fine. Mickie James did it.
Over the top rope. It's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah,
it's okay.
And this is the gateway, hopefully, for John Cena, Joe Hendry. Easy mistake to make. They're both awesome. Joe Hendry eventually, one would presume, making the leap over to WWE full time. But yeah, if you want to gauge his reaction, look at what happened when he showed up in little old NXT, let alone in a 50,000 odd people stadium for the Royal Rumble. Yeah. Love Joe being in the Rumble.
Big Joe.
Entrant number 22 is another champion, current IC champ, Braun Breaker. We've got Goldberg in there. You kind of have to have Braun Breaker in there as well.
Yeah.
Splitting dudes in half and just running wild. Braun Breaker could be a Royal Rumble winner in the future for me.
Yeah, agreed.
I think he's a mega star in waiting. Obviously, they're doing this sort of, I see what he can do, bit of babyface, bit of heel as IC champ for now. But yeah, he has just launched himself ever since arriving on the main roster. And he's going to get a fair few eliminations for me as well.
Yeah, he should spear Goldberg's ass clean off the bone, just straight off. If you're not going to do that as Goldberg's retirement match, which would be my pitch, Goldberg putting Braun Breaker over, of course. Braun Breaker beats him with a spear. That's what I would do. You might as well do something fun with the two of them in the Rumble. I think he is also a good contender to have the most eliminations in this match.
Yes.
I think that you could just set up like 7 cool, Continental title matches from this if he still holds the belt. He's going to win one of these things in the future. Not this year, folks.
Yes. After Michael Hampler, I think I'd say I was one of the biggest Fed fans in the WhatCulture office. Simon Miller doesn't count because he hates us. No, because he doesn't work in this office.
He hates all wrestling, I hear. That's why he's so positive about it.
But I will hold my hands up and say I don't think Triple H has had a good Royal Rumble yet. He's had good parts. The last 10 minutes of quite a lot of the Rumbles have been really, really good. But yeah, there's some bits, the way that we've pitched this, that just make you. Rumbles are about moments, not just the winner. And Goldberg, everyone's laid down, standing tall, saying who's next, and Braun Breaker coming out is just
it's good.
It's just good booking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who else says yeah?
Who's that?
Presumably it's Penta. There you go. He turned up this week in the Fed, making his debut. Very impressive all-round package.
History with CM Punk. Don't do that, Spot.
Yeah, no, God no. From the entrance to the match itself to the post-match promo, it was just a very good bit of business across the board. He's going to be he's going to be a big player for WWE. I think, eventually they'll bring in Rey Fenix and they'll do the tag team run with the Lucha Brothers and all that stuff. But for now, he's going to be a merch-selling monster in the singles realm. I think that you're going to see people in the crowd already with their Penta masks on and stuff. Zero Miedo's probably going to be really over by this point. I know it's in 2 weeks, but it doesn't take long for these things to catch on. Set up to have a really impressive Rumble showing.
I realise this is a bit of a stretch if they're going in the order that we've pitched here, because it's, I think, 20 people later, but I really want to see Dominic Mysterio get his arm broken.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Sorry, Dom. Big fan, but...
As a shoot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thought so.
By the way, WWE, you're welcome for all these WCPW stars making up your Royal Rumble. One person who didn't quite make it in WCPW, busy, is Roman Reigns. He is entrant number 24. He is obviously one of the first, he was second, I think, after Cena maybe, to announce his name for this. And I mean, if it's not CM Punk or John Cena, it's Roman's Rumble. Hey, look, Roman Reigns in a Rumble, and he's popular.
Well, what's going on there?
10 years gone on since. Let's not talk about it. Yeah. But yeah, Roman. I mean, to be fair, he's coming out at number 24. He might not get into the ring till about number 30 with the entrance usually. But
you'll have people passing him on the way to the ring.
Excuse me, Roman. Sorry, I've got a Rumble to win.
Yeah, go away, tribal chef.
But you've got Jimmy in there. You've got the new Bloodline in there. Yeah.
Roman's already said he's coming for Cody some point, and he wants to do it by winning the Royal Rumble potential main event this year. Look, a lot of people would balk at that because it's the same match 3 years in a row. But counterpoint, it's always good. And also,
the counterpoint, WWE loves trilogies.
Yes, and also you could just do it this year with no interference, no extra characters, no Heymans and Usos and Cenas and Rocks,
different dynamics as well.
Yeah, you could just have a straight up wrestling match with no extra BS. One of the two titans of the game. Why not?
Like it.
Why not? John Cena is my pick to win this, by the way.
Really?
Not actually Roman Reigns. But hey, look, here's a guy who might win one in the future as well. It's Trick Williams at number 25. He's stagnated is a strong word, but I think in NXT, while he is far from the finished article, he's kind of in a bit of a go nowhere spot. Yes, he's orbiting the title picture and all of this stuff, but in terms of development and progression, maybe you just call him up and have him work people every week and all of this stuff. But he's certainly got a lot of qualities that transcend the in-ring.
Yes.
And I think he has big star potential.
Yeah, and there's been occasions in the past where people have been brought up from NXT and some people are like, who's this? Sorry, who's this?
Who's this guy?
It's not going to happen with Trick Williams, is it? That whole arena is going to be chanting, whoop that Trick. He's obviously, like you're saying, a bit of a weird spot at the moment. He's just dropped the title to Obafemi. He said himself on NXT, well, at least in a tweet that they showed on NXT this week, that he's got to kind of reassess. You reassess and you go, I'll have a spot in the Royal Rumble, thank you very much. He's going to be hugely popular. I thought about pitching other NXT people in this match. I thought about pitching an Ethan Page in there because he's going to be on the main roster fairly soon as well. And you can have a nice spot with Javon Evans, who's recently had his jaw wired shut courtesy of Ethan Page, coming in and doing something ridiculous. If you haven't seen Javon Evans, well worth checking him out. He's a brilliant high flyer to get rid of Ethan Page. But no, Trick Williams makes the most sense if you can call up people from NXT. Might not be the only one. Stick around. But next, it's Drew McIntyre. I got to see this one for obvious reasons.
That was an actual hate crime.
I'm so sorry to Andy Drew and all of Scotland. But yes, he's very pissed off and he's going to want to eliminate CM Punk more than most. And you can set up whatever. I don't know what Drew does at WrestleMania this year, but as with many things in the Royal Rumble, that's how you set these sorts of things up.
I think his 2024 warrants a big role in 2025 and probably a world title run. Maybe WrestleMania is a little bit too early for that, but he should have a cool Rumble nonetheless.
And another Rumble winner in the past, of course.
Of course. Right. Following Drew into the match is the man who excels at turning an A into a B+. It's Seth Rollins. There he is. Seth is WWE's ultimate company. Guys, the ultimate workhorse for this promotion. He gives them exactly what they want every single week and delivers a good level in everything he does. He's got the character, which I actually enjoy the character more than the matches, personally. That makes me some kind of weirdo. I don't care. He's already announced for it, and he's going to be involved with your Punks and your Drews teasing things.
I think Seth Rollins, if he doesn't hold the World Championship, is one of the first names on that Royal Rumble sheet because of, like you say, what he can do in there and the history you've got with so many people in there. I like the idea of him and Drew getting so kind of, no, I'm going to eliminate CM Punk in there. And obviously, the real intrigue is, Roman Reigns, he's a good guy now. Seth Rollins comes out and you just see a little... I want to kill him still. I still want to kill him.
Well, what if they repeated the WrestleMania spot? He comes in and Roman just twats him. How you go, Chief? That'd be quite fun.
I think Drew eliminates Seth in all of this, or Punk, probably Punk.
Yeah.
But yeah, Seth is just such a versatile person to have in there. And
Punk eliminates them both.
Oh, you think Punk eliminates them both? I like that's a good shout.
Well, they're bickering over him. It's good stuff.
Not enough big lads in this match for me.
Too small.
Which is why my entrant at number 28 is NXT champion Obafemi. If you don't know, get to know him. This guy is another one who's going to move to the main roster and kill everybody. He is incredible. I think he's probably got like one page on Cage Match.
Yeah.
He doesn't need any more. Like, if you want someone to contend with the likes of Jacob Fatu, Bron Breakker, Goldberg for like big eliminations, or even there's not quite enough goobers in there for this, but possibly we could have a game of how far can you throw the goober out of the ring, and Obafemi will win because he is incredible.
Yeah.
And obviously he's got history with Trick Williams as well. I don't know who gets rid of him because, I mean, good luck with that, but Obafemi is just awesome, and another person, like you say, who, after a stellar 2024, merits a place in the 2025 Royal Rumble.
Sounds to me like the perfect opportunity for Goldberg to eliminate him and set up the big NXT title match in which Goldberg, that young buck, wins the belt in his final match.
It's that old brand, Goldberg's champion.
Yeah, I mean, they've had The Undertaker on the show, why the hell?
Yeah.
Right, my last entrant in this match at number 29, speaking of entrances, is Jey Uso. 50,000 people doing the thing, all that, going, flying and stuff. Maybe Lil Wayne will be there again, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be okay. I'd be okay too. Look, he's one of the most popular wrestlers in the entire company. He's perfect for a Rumble because he's going to get the whole place absolutely buzzing and amped. Like, his crowd connection is unbelievable. Like, I'm such a cynical old man. I sit there and watch the entrance on TV every week and I'm like, look at them clapping like seals. Look at them enjoying themselves, and then go to WrestleMania and I'm like, like,
yeah.
It's a fun time. You get caught up in it. And
Yeah, I'd add a special dispensation. Normally it's obviously 90 seconds between each entrant. Give them like 3 minutes to get through the yeets because no one's going to care who comes out after Jey Uso if you're not careful. But yes, another person who, I mean, how many people in that match has he got history like in the last 12 months with?
Yeah, this is it. This is it.
An obvious pick. Number 30 has always been a very interesting choice for the Royal Rumble matches, and I have a question for you, Andy Murray. Y'all want to go big? Right, I know, I'm getting carried away, and this is hope, expectation, this is crossing everything that we have. But imagine the noise already that we've had with some of the other entrants, but imagine the noise if Big E is your number 30 entrant in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I genuinely think I might cry if that happens.
Yeah.
I'd be so happy. He's one of the best guys in all of wrestling, in ring and outside of the ring, of course. He's had a horrible, torrid time, but there was just that glimmer, wasn't there, when they did the brilliant New Day thing at the end of this year that you thought, is that the end of it all? Jamie Kennedy, I'm putting this on you, Jamie. Apologies, mate. Jamie Kennedy in his brilliant write-up, and if you want to know more details about these entrants, check it out at whatculture.com. Jamie Kennedy has pitched him coming in, doing a few spots. We've got to protect him. We don't know how much he can do again. This is only with the caveat of if he is ready to come in. Jamie Kennedy has pitched a few spots for Big E. The crowd are going to be losing their minds. It doesn't matter what he does. And then Kofi and Xavier come in, even though they're not involved in the match, and eliminating Big E. That's Jamie's pitch!
But I mean, it's really good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
But honestly, that would put to bed any arguments about Triple H not being able to book Rumbles, having Big E coming in at number 30. It'd be one of the best number 30 entrants ever for me.
Yeah.
He does now.
It would be perfect. I think that I know it's difficult, right? Because it's a very serious injury, and he's, lucky probably to be walking around, let alone wrestle, and all this stuff. But I just don't think you do an angle like that, New Day angle, and not have a payoff.
Yes.
Right? And the ultimate payoff is surely Big E getting involved in stuff physically. Look, it might not happen. Maybe it's pie in the sky.
We can dream.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's like the angle New Japan did with Kenta and Shibata.
Yeah.
And like a couple of years ago, and then just did nothing with it because Shibata couldn't get cleared. Who knows? But at the end of the day, the most likely and most satisfying conclusion to this New Day saga for me has always been the fighting continuing and Woods and Kingston being assholes, but then finally realizing at WrestleMania after a big match, what are we doing? What are we doing? Come on, lads, bring it in. Bring it in.
I would honestly, I'd love it so much. But let us know your thoughts on who's going to be number 30, who's going to be lucky number 27.
What?
Who's going to win the Royal Rumble? Who's going to get the most eliminations? Who's going to be the one who falls flat on their ass? Let us know your picks, your suggestions in the comment section below. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and join us in all the excitement ahead of the Royal Rumble in February.
Right here, if you want more Rumble goodness, it's the 100 greatest Royal Rumble moments ever. This could be on that list.
Please.
If probably top 20 to be 5 maybe actually. Yeah, it's good.
Give it a click.
Bye.
Bye.